So my piece is actually a spoken word, but also interactive, so I do need the help of the audience in order to make this work. So my piece is called Guts. I did read it last year, and a lot has happened since then. But it's still very relevant to, I guess, my identity. So I want to start out by reading what gut means. Some of you might go, well, duh. Your insides, stomach, belly, abdomen, solar plexus. Slang is what came to mind for me. Courage, bravery, backbone, pluck, spirit. Yes. Doesn't everyone want some guts? We all have them, right? It's just a question to muster them. Now, tonight, I don't really want to go on and talk about guts as your insides. I want to talk about having cojones, as they say in Spanish, or in my case, I've always said some ovarios, because that is what I have. Like I said, I need a little help. So the way it works is I'll give you a cue. Usually I have someone put this and so I can make a thing, so hopefully you guys will get the cue. So when I say she has guts, you guys are going to join me in the guts part. So let's try it. She has
guts!
Yeah, okay. Alright, let's get started. In Mexico, in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, hidden among some damn mountains, there's a town called San Miguel de Guanajuato. Try saying that 3 times fast. I grew up in a cobblestone-ridden town filled with magical little alleyways untouched since the 1400s. Rainbow-colored walls, carved doors, and sunsets. I'm half American and half Mexican. I ain't no pocha, no chicana, I ain't even Latina. A gringa raised across the border with ties to both countries can make me quite the confusion or such the illusion that sometimes I fit in. I had
guts!
In my gut, I always knew that there was something there. Being an American raised in Mexico led to all kinds of confusing messes. Some of you, even tonight, might be thinking, but like, wait, you're Mexican, but like, you don't even look Mexican, and wow, you have no accent. To which I answer, well, thanks, neither do you. One day, during my teenage years, my sister skirted up right next to me and tilted her head to the side and said, so why are you like boy crazy? You never talk about boys. I wanted to know if my body was capable of speaking to another body in a language that we already knew. I wanted to know why it just didn't seem like instant magic to me. I didn't want to feel left out or be called weird, or even though I clearly was, so I dated boys. She had no
guts!
Seemed to have lost my guts when I started dating boys. It came with an all-assortment of kinds of rules. I was forbidden to speak when not spoken to wear, not wear what I wanted, to speak, and I couldn't speak my mind, and dare I have conversations about religion and politics, that was unforgivable. If I had an opinion, it was to be held to myself. I was told that being on stage was a sin, because it only sought out attention and promoted people to look at me, which in turn made me a slut. I've always felt like I had one foot in each country. My morals and values were in Spanglish, not English, and whether I wanted to fit in, it just wouldn't. I decided that the displacement I felt and the strangeness I always had was due to the fact that I was bicultural, bilingual, and bi? I was shamed for being me and asked to choose which language I should pledge allegiance to, and was cheated and lied to. I had no
guts!
I didn't have the guts to leave him. I didn't have the guts to ask for help. When he left the black and blue markings on my body, I felt shame. I didn't have the guts to run. Even when I mustered the guts to confront him, I just remember the feeling of utter disappointment and fear when I looked down at the puddle of blood that had formed around my leg from the violence that ensued from the knife. He had the guts to lift his fist, to torment me with his words. He even had the guts to throw that knife at me. I had
guts!
I got the guts to take the last of my money and move to Czech Republic. Why? Because I didn't know a single soul there. I didn't even know where Prague was on a map. I didn't know what I was going to do there, and I could not shake off this feeling that I might find something that I was so desperately seeking. He had
guts!
He had the guts, they said. He didn't speak a lick of English. He didn't own a passport, but there he was, standing outside my door in Prague. How romantic, they squealed. What a grand gesture, they swooned. Wow, you traveled so far for you. My guts said to run, but my insecurity coaxed me to stay. Back in Mexico, one October, just before my birthday, my niece came over to bake mermaid cakes and tell princess tales until the wee hours of the night. There, peacefully sleeping in my bed with frosting in her hair and a big old smile on her face, gut instinct kicked in and said, will he hurt your innocent niece just to fuck with you? I finally had the guts to run, to cut him out of my life and leave that all behind me. I had the guts to just be me, de por fin tener la libertad de sentirme plena. And then, I met Nick. Nick is a man who can take care of himself. He's funny and kind, and he was accepting and caring. Nick loves my guts. Nick had the guts to be confident no matter what I wore and what I said, what preferences I had, and what I would challenge or what I would banter about in Spanish. I had the guts to say yes to the dress, and finally had the guts to call Nick my husband. I got the guts to tell you that he's my best friend even today. But I still look at his 3-colored beard and think, gosh, I love his guts. We got the guts to take the last of our money and move to Atlanta. Why? Because I didn't know a single soul here. I didn't even know where Atlanta was on the map. I didn't know what I was going to do here, and I couldn't shake off this feeling, maybe a gut feeling, that I might find something that I was seeking. We had
Guts.
We had the guts to open up our loving marriage. Maybe Nick had a gut feeling about this, and that's why he encouraged it, or he thought it was hot. Or maybe he thought it would be fun. Downloaded, he said, and slid my phone towards me with this new online dating app called Tinder. Let's do this, he said with confidence. I didn't have the guts to swipe right. Really, I tried. You know, you can just change your preferences to women, he said. I have a gut feeling that's more you. His gut feeling was right. It took me months to muster up the courage to tell him, to admit to myself, more than anything, to touch a woman, to bring her close, to grip her tight, to kiss her ever so soft lips was different. The butterflies that swell up in your guts are stronger. The way hips move and buckle, just deeper, just push a little deeper, woman. Despacio, dime las cosas al oído. That loving a woman is slow, smooth, passionate, and oh, so fucking good. That in my gut I can feel it, I can hear her breath and believe it, that I leaned up to see her body writhing in pleasure, and she whispered, oh, you are so gay. I'm gay? I asked. I found myself wrapped in the middle of her shaking thighs with my hands placed on the curves of her body, and I said, look, I'm gay. I'm queer, and I got pride, and I got no guide on what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a lesbian who was married to a man. And he loves my guts so much. I guess I'm poly, I announced, and headed into the direction of polyamory and a lot of yoga. I found the truth, the new awareness of self-love has unfolded. However, sometimes finding self-love will break their hearts. I had the guts to realize I had a vagina. Hello there. I didn't know you functioned. I finally knew what language my body was speaking, and it was being spoken back to. Waterfalls and oceans and waves seem to be the things that come to mind when I'm with women. Hidden under those damn plaid button-downs and men's jeans can be deceiving. What is it about that damn butch haircut that gets me every time? There, within her androgynous beauty and that stud stance, she's still all woman. Months of wanting to admit that deep down in my gut, feeling bicultural, bilingual, or hidden under that blanket of being bi, it just weren't the full scale of my displacement that I felt. That in reality, I knew all along, and shit, so did he. I'm gay, I said. You're gay, they said. Having the guts to admit to myself and to you that being true to my preferences was freeing, and I do find women beautiful, enticing, alluring, and true. Or is it her confidence or her dominance? I have the guts to stand up here and repeat what was so painful for him to hear, that now, every time I see those deep green eyes, all I see is his broken heart of my ex-husband, broken heart of his best friend, destruction of the hetero life that I lived. His understanding and support has brought me so much faith in humanity, in men, that I didn't even know what I was missing. We all have
Guts.
He had the guts to love me anyway. They had the guts to love me regardless. And I have the guts to stand here and come out to a room full of strangers, again, in a city that I barely know, and say, yes, I'm queer, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, self-love, self-truth will set you free. Go with your guts. I'm on a journey of self-discovery every day. Love your guts. What did I say? Love your
Guts.
We all got them. It's just a question if you're going to muster them. Thank you.